Hey, aloha guys. Hopefully you can see pretty good. I don't know, I'm looking directly into the sun. It's super bright. But anyway, I made a video about the severed broadhead. This video, I'm gonna make one about the, see if we can focus here, hopefully, about the slick trick. This is the fixed blade broadhead I carry in my quiver. So I'm just gonna try to shoot 5 shots here real quick. It is 60 yards to the target. It's a big cardboard, a clean face of cardboard. So what I'm gonna do is after each shot, I'm only gonna shoot one at a time. After each shot, I'm gonna put a little mark numbering the shot so that it's you can see the holes. It's no BS, real, and I'll play that over, and you guys can get a sense for how good it shoots. And you know, a priority of mine, it doesn't matter how cool the broadhead looks or whatever, it better hit the target that you're aiming at and pretty consistently. So let's go fire those 5 shots and see where they end up. First one, a little low, hope we'll get it. Okay, pretty good one. Not bad. Okay, 4th one. Pretty hot day, running back and forth. 2 more to go. Okay, 5th one, last one. Oh, good workout running back and forth. Not bad. Okay, let's go check them out. All right, gang, so we're back. That was the slick trick 100 grain standard 4-blade broadhead. Shooting it at 60 yards, 5-shot group. Tried to keep it as real as it can get. I think I made a mistake on the first shot that you guys can see in the video. So just go over some of the results. Like I was saying earlier, if the broadhead doesn't hit what you're aiming at, it's pretty useless in my opinion. Maybe for others, they might just care about penetration and not so much the consistency or accuracy of the arrow. I place a lot of value on the accuracy and the consistency of the arrow. So starting off with that, let's kind of go over some of the results here, if I can get this in focus for you guys. So this is the slick trick 100 standard 4-blade. I think you can see my first shot here. I think I messed that one up. I'm not making excuses for myself, but looking into the sun at the camera and then quickly turning around and shooting kind of screwed up my eyes a little bit. And I think I made better shots on the latter shots to go. So but anyway, if I were to just measure the center to center spread of the groups that I got with the broadhead, first shot and then the furthest shot away from it would have been the second shot up here. So I measured that distance. It's about 2¼ inches at 60 yards, and quite honestly, I think that's pretty good for a fixed blade broadhead. I can shoot a lot better than that. So if I kind of took my my little better shots, I kind of felt like 7 out of 10 shots, not the greatest shots, but from shot number 2 to shot number 4, and I measured that center to center distance, and I got about a 2-inch group at 60 yards. So I think that's pretty pretty consistent, pretty good grouping for a fixed blade broadhead at that kind of distance. Super happy with it. Of course, I think I can shoot a little better than that, but that's, real world groups out of it. So before I go any further on the thoughts, my thoughts on this broadhead so far that I've been using, I thought maybe it might be useful for the real technical guys to cover what I am shooting. This is a Easton Axis 5mm shaft. I don't know if that'll show up. It's a 340 spine. These are 360 flex fletch vanes. I elect to shoot a little larger vane for my fixed blade broadhead. I used to shoot the 2.6 AAE, the max stealth vane, or 2.7 inch roughly. That vane will steer this broadhead as well. Those are pretty good groups, so I can't say I could see a whole difference, but I do feel like group just a little more forgiving with this little larger vane, but that's splitting hairs here. I said 340 spine arrow, so total arrow weight is about 440 grains. It's 26 or 26 and a half inch arrow. I've got a 26 and a half inch draw, shooting 70 pounds out of my Hoyt. And this is my hunting arrow. Oh, and I forgot to add one more thing. You can't see it, but inside of this Easton, inside of my shaft is a 50 grain brass insert. I used the Broadhead adapter ring. You can see it there, just for the kind of strengthens up the front of the shaft for this hidden insert on this 5mm. So now that we got the accuracy out of the way, of about a 2.25 inch group at 60 yards, real world shooting is pretty good for you. Let's talk about some of the things that the hunting aspect of what I've been liking about this broadhead. Now, it's a 4-blade broadhead. It's only a 1-inch cutting diameter. Some people might say that's a small cutting diameter. The animals I hunt here aren't very large anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that. And I've had decent blood trails with it. I think the extra 4th blade kind of makes the hole just a little more like a hole than like a triangle cut that you typically get on a 3-blade. So it's been working out okay. I haven't had any drawbacks on the 1-inch, but what I do like about having a 1-inch cut diameter is it does allow the vanes to steer the arrow just a little bit better. There's just a little bit less, now one more blade may add more blade surface, but I think what I've been finding is that the taller the blades go, the more steering ability it has on the front of the arrow, which is bad for consistency or forgiveness. So, a little smaller cut diameter I find is a little bit easier to tune and get to fly well. And then the other thing about a smaller cut diameter is that it's just less blade to push through your animal or through your target. So I feel it probably gets a little more penetration as a result of that. Now, maybe if you had a 1-inch 3-blade, that'll probably penetrate better with only having to push 3 blades to the target. But I haven't had any penetration issues. Of course, for a 26.5 inch draw, it's not a whole lot of energy compared to the average archer out there, but got a ton of passers, had a lot of success with this broadhead. Now, one of the other things I really like about this broadhead is that it's an all steel construction. A lot of the broadheads have kind of more of a aircraft aluminum grade ferrule, and that's a little weaker than maybe all steel. So I really, with my setup, lower energy obviously, I've never bent one of these ferrules yet, and I shoot flat into some hard lava rocks in Hawaii, and bow hunting in Hawaii will destroy a lot of broadheads. We don't, when we shoot them, it's pretty much gone. So a lot of people like to shoot cheap broadheads, and that's the other thing. I think for the price, comparatively to other broadheads, you get, 4 in the pack, and for the price of normally what other broadheads cost for 3. So that's been pretty nice. But again, getting back to the all steel construction, it's super durable. I haven't bent one. And then the blades, how the blades install, try to take one apart here, but it's really simple to put together. And that's the other thing I like, is there isn't 3 blades flying around. It's kind of contained together, and it's like a interlocking blade system. So one blade's like this, and then the other blade's got maybe you can see through, it's got a groove, so you place them in, and then if you look at this, it's got a groove in the front, so it kind of locks together one piece, and then it just comes with a, so you can get this, comes with a little washer. See if that'll focus. little washer that you just put on the back, and super simple. You know, you don't have to fumble with 3 blades, kind of trying to make them all fit together, and then put the washer in the back. And then if you get a crappy assembly there, like I used to shoot thunderheads way back in the day, I love those. And if you get a jump assembly there, you shoot one and one blade flies off and your arrow goes veering off into space and you miss, and your friends laugh at you and you wonder, wow, I usually don't miss them kind of shots. And then you go find your arrow and you're like, there's one blade missing. Or in the case of one of my friends, all his blades flew off, but he actually hit the animal. So this one, it's so simple. You literally can't screw it up putting it together. So that's super cool. Like that construction. And another thing I really liked about the Broadhead is out of the package, the blades came in super sharp. Sometimes some of the mechanicals and some of the other brands out there, they don't come out of the box super sharp, and I haven't had that problem with this one, so that's been super good. Love it. Okay, now not everything's perfect, so kind of want to go over maybe some of the drawbacks that some people might think. So the 1-inch cutting diameter, for some people 1 inch might be a little too small. Maybe they feel that if you had more cutting diameter, you could get more blood trailing qualities out of it. I've had some skinny blood trails, but I've had some amazing blood trails too. I think a lot of that comes down to, you know, what kind of animal are you shooting at, you know, whether they got a lot of fat around it that can clog up the hole. But really, I think more importantly is your shot placement. So, you know, I started this video with shooting it and checking out the consistency and the accuracy out of it, and it's really good. So I placed that very high. So if you make a good shot where you're supposed to be, chances are pretty good you're gonna get a decent blood trail. Now, are there exceptions to that? I've had exceptions to that as well, especially with goats or some of our woolly sheep out here. They can really sop up some of the blood in our goats sometimes. Very strange. You can hit them in a great spot, hear the lungs deflate out and still get no blood. So there's some anomalies there, but for the most part, it's been pretty good. But you know, some people might complain about the small cutting diameter. The other thing, and I made a video a long time ago about this, you know, hunting a lot of axis deer. It's a very jumpy animal. They jump a lot of strings, duck a lot of arrows, especially with me. With my compound bow, it seems like they duck more of them than they don't. So I don't have that problem with my traditional bow hunting arrow for some strange reason, but with my compound I do. And you know, it's very well known that you know, these vented blades on here, when you got venting on a broadhead, it will tend to, you know, hiss as it flies down range. So it can be a little noisier broadhead flying down range. And you know, the fourth blade, like adding a forefletch on the back of the arrow, sometimes can make it a little more noisy too. So if noise is a consideration for you, that's something maybe to think about when you shoot them. Maybe a suggestion for slick trick folks. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. This is just what I like using. Suggestion might be to, you know, maybe try some blades that aren't vented. Maybe make a non-vented model. Probably be quieter. I definitely experienced that with my trad arrows. When I shoot a non-vented broadhead, it's a whole lot quieter. So that might be a suggestion for improvement. I don't know what it does to the accuracy on a higher speed arrow. You know, someone got to make one so I can test it. But other than that, I can't really think of much else wrong with it. It's been a super good broadhead. I've had a lot of success with it. I continue to use it today, among other fixed blade choices. And this is for my compound hunting arrow. You know, you guys know I hunt with the recurve too, and I elect for a 2-blade with that just because of the lower energy and you know, more importance toward penetration there. But yeah, I highly recommend the slick trick to anybody that's got, you know, decent energy, decent poundage, maybe even youth archers too, as long as it's, you know, not a super thick-skinned animal, deer size or smaller or something like that. Or maybe pigs, you know, that can get pretty thick skin if you don't have enough arrow weight or draw weight or energy in the arrow. But other than that, love it. It shoots very good, and you know, so that is this review of the Slick Trick 100 Standard. If you like this video, please give it a like or leave some comments if you got any questions or things that I might be able to answer or try for you guys. So hopefully that was useful, and stay safe, take care everybody. Catch you guys in the next one. Aloha, bye.